The legal dispute between Ripple and the Security and Exchange Commission is concluded. A high-stakes court battle is underway between blockchain company Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over Ripple's XRP cryptocurrency's regulatory status. The outcome of this litigation may depend on other upcoming dates, according to a prominent Ripple analyst known as Jack the Rippler, who shared the news with his 200,000 Twitter followers. Major events in the SEC versus Ripple case are scheduled on the dates listed below. The deadline for the Securities and Exchange Commission to file its brief regarding remedies is March 13th, 2024. The deadline for Ripple to file its response to the SEC remedy-related brief is April 12th, 2024. According to Jack the Rippler's tweet, the SEC has until April 19th, 2024 to respond to the Ripple opposition brief. After Ripple and its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, submit their documents, Judge Elisa Torres will decide on the sanctions that will be imposed on them if it is found that they have violated securities laws by selling XRP. A ruling on the matter may be handed down sometime in the summer of 2024. One of the 6 biggest cryptocurrencies by market capitalization has been fluctuating between 5 cents and 6 cents for a few months now, since this article was written. Ultimately, the choice will undoubtedly shape XRP's future and pricing significantly. Cryptocurrency investors are closely monitoring the event to predict what might happen next. Hundreds of thousands of dollars can become millions of dollars using meme coins. Visualize this, but on a far grander size. Take advantage of the ICO's existing pricing by enrolling as soon as possible. Show extra plus once the litigation is over. The SEC and Ripple both have the right to appeal any negative rulings. This legal drama might go on for years if a deal isn't negotiated soon. Important dates to remember about remedies and punishments are March 13th, April 12th, and April 19th. Judge Torres will hear arguments from both parties on these dates. The virtual community will be paying close attention. An important aspect of the legal landscape surrounding Ripple's ongoing issue with the SEC was illuminated during the chat between Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, and John, a well-known pro-crypto lawyer who is representing XRP holders. A recent social media exchange was the setting for the conversation. Their main point of discussion revolved around the significance of the 1994 case. After expressing his admiration for the case, Grewal highlighted an important detail that demonstrated how ridiculous it is to define an investment contract in terms of ecosystem access. Consequently, Grewal reiterated the court's stance on the test, stating that the simple correlation between investor wealth and promoter actions does not readily meet the requirement. The court stressed that a joint venture's overall fortuitousness depends on how dependent it is on the promoter's skills. My response was consistent every time someone brought up the district court's decision. Take a look at the Second Circuit's Revit case. With this decision, the case reached its First Circuit Court of Appeals. Thus, the Elbury case was decided. John Detton agreed with Grewal that the proceedings involving Ripple and Coinbase will be heard in January 2024 and drew similarities between the SEC case and the ongoing legal battles involving Elbury, Ripple, Coinbase, and Ripple. Specifically, he highlighted the nuances of jurisdiction, drawing attention to the fact that the Second Circuit's ruling is applicable to the Coinbase and Ripple cases. However, as of late, 2 major cryptocurrency businesses, Ripple Labs and Coinbase, have been embroiled in protracted legal battles with the SEC. The digital asset market's future is highly affected by these disputes. On January 18th, a federal judge ordered the Securities and Exchange Commission to proceed with its case against Coinbase. Although this decision was seen as a short-lived victory for Coinbase, the judge did further narrow the complaint scope by dismissing several SEC claims. This move reduces the company's potential legal liabilities. Ripple is currently under scrutiny from the Securities and Exchange Commission, who have recently moved to demand further internal records pertaining to XRP sales from the company. It would appear that the SEC is maintaining its aggressive prosecution of Ripple's charge. Despite a generally upward trend in the cryptocurrency market, XRP's price fell 0.19% over the weekend, closing the day at 5,308 cents. Investor sentiment was likely influenced by the continuing Ripple lawsuit and the SEC's intention to appeal the programmatic sales ruling. This is quite certain, in contrast to the market as a whole, which gained $0.63 billion to reach $15.79 billion. XRP lost part of its gains from Friday and ended the day at 5,308. The price of XRP hit a new low of 5,308 cents its lowest point since Friday. Judge Analisa Torres allowed Ripple's request to write a rebuttal letter demonstrating the SEC was mistaken according to current court files and schedules in the SEC versus Ripple case. Saturday did not witness any noteworthy occurrences. The SEC demanded financial records and contracts from Ripple in response to the lawsuit. February 12th marks the end of the discovery period with respect to remedies. The landmark ruling came in July from Judge Torres, who ruled that XRP is not a security. Furthermore, he mentioned that while marketing the cryptocurrency to institutional buyers, Ripple neglected to register as a security. The most current information from the SEC is that Ripple will talk about the possible penalty for breaking Section 5 of the 1933 Securities Act. In the case of the SEC versus Ripple, there are certain crucial dates that must be adhered to. The SEC has until April 19, 2024 to respond, while Ripple has until April 12, 2024 to do the same. March 13, 2024 is the deadline for the SEC to submit its strategy proposal. Following the submission of these files, Judge Torres will determine the punishment for violations of securities legislation. A decision is expected to be rendered during the summer. XRP is expected to have a recovery in the next weeks, according to a famous analyst, after it has reached a new yearly low of approximately 5 cents. Since the beginning of the new year, the price of XRP has been experiencing a lot of difficulty, falling from 0.62 to a new yearly low of 0.50 during the course of the weekend. In spite of the fact that the decrease coincides with a larger correction that has occurred in the cryptocurrency market as a result of spot Bitcoin ETF approvals in the United States, XRP has been among the most severely affected, suffering a loss of 16% over the course of the previous month. However, Matthew Dixon, the chief executive officer of a well-known cryptocurrency grading platform, believes that XRP's fortunes will improve in the near future. A recent post that Dixon made on X brought attention to the fact that XRP may fall back a little before it begins to rise into greater territory. Based on the chart for the 1-hour time frame, Dixon predicts that the price of XRP will fall to approximately 0.5250 before heading in the direction of the region above 0.54. To set the stage for additional rises in XRP over the next few days, it is possible that reaching that new local high will be the catalyst. The well-known relative strength index, which is employed to forecast a change in price and momentum, is favorable to XRP, which is another thing that should be taken into consideration. Based on the current market value of 0.5264, the signal indicates that XRP is currently being oversold at the time of this writing. It is interesting that a number of the elements that were responsible for the cryptocurrency's decline are already swinging in its favor. This is in addition to the fact that the technical analysis is indicating that XRP will bounce. For example, it seems that the Bitcoin market is beginning to rebound following the post-ETF dump, which caused prices to fall. A continuation of the recovery could serve as a launch pad for XRP to recoup the losses it has sustained in recent times. In addition, it seems that dumps from huge whale addresses have slowed down, as demonstrated by the recent consolidation in the price of the asset. That's all for now.